What makes a house a home? We've been searching the country for Scotland's Home of the Year. Now our judges are visiting the top 3 from each region before choosing one to go through to our national final. Scoring them on architectural merit, distinctive design and personal style are interior designer Anna Campbell-Jones.
What I'm looking for in a home is individuality, imagination and integrity. And of course, that most important ingredient, love.
Architect Danny Campbell.
What I'm looking for in a home is an inventive use of space, with a deep connection to its site, delivered with such originality that I can't help but feel inspired.
And Isle of Mull-based interior designer Banjo Beale.
I'm looking for homes that are packed full of character, packed full of personality, and something that tells me about the characters that live there.
This is a really special room.
Proper country kitchen for crafty country people.
I think I'm going to feel right at home here.
In the end, only one can be Scotland's Home of the Year. Our judges are visiting the shortlist in the North East and the Northern Isles, and they're starting with a contemporary self-build on the site of a family farm. Casabara, near Inverurie, is home to Maria, Craig and their kids Violetta and Matthias.
The family have been at the farm since 1928, so it was amazing to get the opportunity to actually build in such a beautiful site.
Craig and I met in Colombia when he was traveling. We ended up traveling together for 4 months.
Convinced her with my majestic dance moves, and like a northeast farmer trying to put on some amazing salsa on the dance floor. It's just there was no turning back after that. Being a northeast country boy, you can't sleep if you don't have a picture of Benahee. So, arranging the house with views to the west, to Benahee, Barracastle to the east, it's just like, a dream.
I really wanted to have a balcony. Everyone in South America has a balcony, so that was an absolute must for me, and the connection with the outside.
I think the house really is like a romance of the northeast of Scotland meets Latin America.
Basically living our best life in this house. Oh, golazo.
The barn-style farmhouse has an open-plan kitchen and dining room, which leads to a family lounge. Also on the ground floor, there's a utility room, office, guest bedroom and shower room. Upstairs, there are 3 bedrooms, one with an ensuite, a family bathroom and a gym. There's also a snug with a balcony.
This is our favorite spot in the home because this is where our family comes together. It brings quite nicely both of our cultures, the South American and the Scottish, and we've got a beautiful view of Benahee.
Armed with only the basic facts about the property, the judges now get their first look at Casabara.
Just look straight to you, Danny.
Well, this is a self-build if ever I've seen one. I think they've thrown every material at this, every type of window and every type of roof shape.
Too much for you?
Do you know what? I actually think it kind of works. I really quite like it.
Yeah. Well, if you're a couple and you're designing a house, why compromise? Just throw it all in. But I do agree with that yellow door. That's correct.
I noticed they've got photovoltaic panels on the roof, which means that this home probably takes into account environmental considerations.
Yeah.
I think with all these windows, the important question is, are they relating to key views? How do they respond to the site?
So should we get you inside so you can see what those views are? Ooh, this has got a kind of city hotel feel.
There's definitely a change of pace for the feast of materials we had outside. I feel my heart rate is starting to get back to a normal pace.
Relieved.
How's your heart rate with 3 chandeliers, though, Danny?
Oh, they're 3?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure you need the chandeliers with that great big window there, although I think they're mirroring the layout of the circulation.
I love having that window there seeing out onto the field, just reminding us we actually are still in the country.
It's clear that that's leading us through into the main public space. Should we go and take a look?
I like this elevated position of the kitchen. It's like you can survey what everybody's doing.
So the windows are starting to make sense now. We've got this tall one here for the view from the sink, and they've dropped the sill to create that lovely bench seat.
This is a lot of people's dream kitchen, I reckon. And I love the navy blue island. Matches that gorgeous navy sofa through there. That space is calling me. Oh, here she is. Party time. Oh, heaven. I mean, you can see why it's her favourite spot. That view out there is gorgeous, and it is a cosy spot to settle in and just enjoy the surroundings.
Ooh, binoculars. This is also a really, really good spot for a bit of twitching.
I love that those curtains are hiding the frame of those tall windows. It's really making the inside feel outside.
I would love it if the surface outside was timber decking, so you would have that sense of the floor finish just carrying all the way outside.
Someone likes vintage and someone likes contemporary, and they've just met in the middle. So maybe that's what happened outside as well. Everyone got their way.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't expecting to find a snug upstairs, but how lovely to have a cosy space where you can watch TV when you're still in your jammies in the morning.
Snug, more like smug. They're just showing off with that view and this gorgeous little sofa arrangement.
That balcony looks incredible. I've got to get out there. Should we go take a look?
How beautiful is that view?
And the frameless glass balustrade isn't interrupting one tiny bit of it.
This space has been positioned perfectly on the site. It's angled due west, which means it's going to get the sunset.
And I see there's the obligatory hanging chair in the perfect spot to curl up with an evening beverage and look across the golden hour.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I'm on the bow of the Titanic.
Should we do it, Rose? No, I can't. All right, Jack, you get in there. Ooh, this is fun. Ooh, look, Anna, the bath mat matches your lip.
Oh, I'm definitely going to have to get one of those. Mwah. This room's got an almost cartoon feel to it. It's definitely the kids' bathroom.
Yes, fun little vanity, the tapware, the yellow stool, it all looks lovely together.
That cabrio window over the bath is really great as well. And because we're so rural, it doesn't need any privacy glass. And it's kind of going right up and over. You're getting tons of light in there.
I'm jealous of these kids. They've got a better bathroom than me.
How will the judges assess Casa Barra? One mark will be held back until they have seen all three homes, when their combined scores will be revealed.
It can be quite difficult to emotionally connect to a very newly built home, but these owners have injected so much of their personality. It's absolutely lovely. I particularly enjoy the non-generic choices that the homeowners have made, such as having black internal doors and satin brass ironmongery. This home manages to effortlessly be both family-friendly and incredibly stylish. I'm going to give this home a 10.
When we first arrived at this home, I was quite surprised. There were so many architectural features, all competing with each other for attention. Everything was telling me that it shouldn't work, but strangely, it kind of did. For me, I felt some of the interior finishes clash in a way that was less successful, and it was merging styles that were really disparate. Although the big windows really did make the inside feel outside, which is an incredible feature for such a lovely rural plot. I'm going to give this home a 9.
What a relaxing, fun family home. The owners have packed a whole lot of stuff into it, and some of it doesn't make sense, but I don't think it has to. It mixes contemporary and vintage. It's got the owner's personality and background peppered all through it. Everything just makes sense to them, and that's all a home has to do, is make sense to the people who live there.
Next in store for the judges is a traditional former farmhouse which dates back to the 1860s. Quiney Cottage in Banchory is home to Rachel and her cat Drizzy.
It's an absolute dream to have a cottage like this. It's all I ever wanted. I remember when I was younger drawing, you know, and you're in school and people are like, what's your dream house? It was like this, pretty much, with a little path up to it, you know, like a lovely little coloured front door. So yeah, it's a mega dream. It needed a lot of work. It had mould, damp, no insulation. So I ripped it out back to brick and basically just started again. I was like, right, there's things obviously I can do, there's things that I can't do. I can definitely get a sledgehammer and like just absolutely demolish the place. I think my natural taste is quite colourful. I studied textiles, so I love pattern and print, and I love layering kind of colours and having fun. Most of the house I've found at charity shops, vintage shops, antique shops. It's all secondhand as much as I can. I stood back this morning and I was like, oh, I'm so chuffed. Like, yeah, I'm really happy with how it's come together. It feels really me, it feels really homely and really cosy.
On the ground floor of the cottage, there is a living room, guest bedroom, a kitchen and a shower room. Upstairs, there are 2 bedrooms and a bathroom.
This is my favourite spot in the home. This is where I work and I get to look at the beautiful views and the cows keep me company.
Time for the judges to explore Quiney Cottage.
Oh, it's delicious, isn't it? It's so cute. Chocolate box house, spearmint doors and windows, strawberry bushes. It's making me hungry.
It's green-fingered and green-winded.
I feel like I've asked an AI to show me a cottage so cute it'd make me cry.
It's scary, but very sweet.
There's 2 really generous dormers and they're nice and symmetrical, so that won't be upsetting you too much, Danny.
Should we see if it's as cute inside?
Yes.
I'm loving this combination.
Candy.
This is compact personality.
Just like our little Anna.
I think I'm going to feel right at home here.
Oh, let's go through there. That looks adorable.
I love this kind of play on a kind of country lodge, but with a quirky sense of humour.
Yeah, everything feels like it's either handmade or hand-me-down. It's quite a lovely collection, isn't it? And I think if the homeowner loves it, they've just whacked it on the wall.
Older rural cottages can sometimes feel really dank and dark with low ceilings and really thick walls, meaning you're further away from the glazing. But all the objects and colour in here really bring it to life.
I think it's called Nanacore.
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 Hardcore Nana.
I'm really enjoying the unconventional use of colour in this space. We've got green on the fireplace, blue on the walls. We've got 2 different patterns of curtains on the 2 windows and that beautiful mauve blind. I think it works so, so well.
Wee scullery, isn't it lovely?
Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous and really functional as well. It's got a Formica top. It's not too folksy. It's got that nice mixture of old and new.
This is a really efficient layout. Even though it's a tight space, it's a curtain, it's open shelving, you're not battling with doors everywhere, and the pocket door here as well, you're not breaking any flow when you're moving around.
Yeah.
It's clever.
Look how mad that little threshold is. The checkerboard is going from the blue to the green. What a great way to transition into the space.
From where I'm standing, I can see wall tiles in what looks like a shower area in another checkerboard colour.
Wow, isn't this sweet? Dinky little bathroom, isn't it? I love the ticking stripe wallpaper with the roses. You don't have to go shiny and glossy just because it's a bathroom. You can add your personality to this as well.
People think you can't use wallpaper in a bathroom, especially a small one like this, but the trick is to protect it with matte clear varnish.
And is that the outline of a secret cupboard I can see?
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
That's clever.
I love that they've continued this beautiful blue all the way upstairs.
Isn't it sweet? Check out that vintage fabric, the curtains. They're always so hard to dress, aren't they, the sunlights? But that is lovely.
This staircase is mathematically perfect. We've got a winder at the bottom, a winder at the top, the least amount of corridor used, and my favourite thing is it lands at the perfect height for the doorway. There's no bit of space here that's not being used.
Such a nerd.
You can geek out over the staircase. I'm just enjoying this little chap. Look. Oh, look at that green.
This must be the judge's suite. There's even a little bed for you, Anna.
Perfect. Well, that looks like the main bedroom through there. The favourite spot. What a lovely place to sit and work. It's clearly a dual-function space. I think you have to do that in a home that's compact.
Especially if you're working from home, tumble out of bed, do your 9 to 5.
Get back into bed.
Go back to bed.
It's hard to fit a bed into a converted loft space, but the dormer's really doing a great job, isn't it? Look at all this extra floor space we're getting. It makes the room really usable.
Yeah, I'm loving how tonal this is. You've got the blush pink, the plaster, that pop of colour on the ironwork bed, stripe with a gingham, with a tartan, with a floral. She's just going crazy, and it works.
How will the judges rate Quiney Cottage?
Well, this is just the cutest little home I've ever stepped foot in. There's so much care and attention to detail and craft in every corner. It's really quite extraordinary. I really get a sense that everything in this home has been handmade or really searched for because everything just fits. I'm going to give this home a 10.
People think that with a compact home, you need to keep the colour palettes really simple, avoid patterns, allow things to flow through from one space to the other. This home proves that the opposite is true. This homeowner has absolutely incredible colour and pattern sense. The way that they layer up objects and decor is just sublime. I'm going to give this home a 10.
So we arrived at this postcard-perfect Scottish cottage. And when we stepped inside, we were engulfed by this explosion of personality and colour. But what I've been most impressed by is the mathematical genius of this homeowner in how they've arranged the layout to maximise the limited space that they had. This is Einstein meets Warhol with haggis bonbons. It's brilliant.
The final home in the Northeast and the Northern Isles is a listed former farm dwelling in South Aberdeenshire. 1840s farmhouse is home to Gemma, Paul and their kids Stefano and Sophia.
When we first drove up, I saw your reaction and I just thought, oh no, this has to be the house, it has to. So we kind of went and viewed other houses, but I just kind of thought, no way, it has to be this one.
Coming back to this one. This is a dream house and it was well loved and it was a bit worn on the inside. We had to do all the decoration and new floors, and so that was a big task. I started chipping away and painting, and then I started watching tutorials and I learned how to tile, I learned how to plumb, and I was fitting the lights, and then I started getting bolder and adding all the murals and the wallpaper. When people say blood, sweat and tears went into it, it actually is my blood, sweat and tears. I've cut my fingers cutting the wallpaper. So
You're very, very proud of it,
yeah,
which is lovely, yeah.
Quitting your job, having your babies, you kind of lose your identity as a woman, and then this new thing opened up to me and it became like my passion, but also something that I really enjoy and look forward to, and I'm always thinking, what can I do next? I guess the house just evolved as we evolved as a family.
So just the joy that it brings the kids, and because it brings the kids such joy, it just brings us such joy. I mean, we're so lucky, so lucky.
On the ground floor, the L-shaped home features a dining room, kitchen with pantry and an adjoining lounge and playroom. There's also a utility, an office and a loo. Upstairs, there are 4 bedrooms, one with walk-in wardrobe and ensuite. There's a dressing room and 2 further bathrooms.
This is our favourite spot in the home because when we came in, the view sealed the deal for us, and then we turned around and we saw the space and we could imagine our future children just running around having a great time.
Time for the judges to get their first look at 1840s farmhouse.
Wow.
Didn't expect to find this just off a busy road.
I know.
I suppose when it was built, it was stagecoaches kind of rattling by. Now it's lorries.
Just horses clip-clopping along.
Yeah.
It looks like it's been extensively refurbished and they've added double glazing, which I think is really necessary in this location.
That does look like the only new thing. Even their car matches the building, doesn't it? It's a gorgeous old house.
Those stone dormers are beautiful. I love the way they just break through that elevation.
And we've got the entrance kind of along the drive. If we had a carriage, that's where we'd stop.
That's where you tumble out.
I like how this archway motif matches up with the portico, creating this threshold.
There's so many architect words in one sentence.
Gotta get them in.
Gotta get them in. You're on your quota. Yeah, I like the paneling, and I mean, the carpet on the stairs is certainly a choice. I'm not sure about that. It's cozy, isn't it, when you're walking upstairs?
I like the idea of making a feature out of your hats in the hall, make that into a gallery wall of hats.
Yes.
But I can see some curvaceous, glossy legs through here that I need to investigate. Wow.
Ooh la la.
Take a seat.
I feel like I'm in trouble in the teacher's office.
This desk is powerful, and I love the way the curves on the front of it are echoed with the curves on the back of that sofa. It's absolutely stunning.
It's got a bit of Alan Sugar boardroom vibes.
Less Alan, more Sugar. Love the wallpaper. It feels fancy. They're really leaning into that kind of romantic, dramatic kind of vibe. I feel like I'm having a Danielle Steele moment. I can thrash out a sexy novel in here.
Give me your précis.
Oh, I don't know what that word means.
Oh, I found the heart. Washing up with a view.
Okay, I could get behind washing up if it was that view. That is lovely, isn't it?
I'm quite surprised by the proportion of this window. It's really different to how the home looks from the front, but I love the way the sill comes down to the worktop.
All the openings are all different in here as well, with some funny angles, but my favourite one is that they've left the timber lintels and the stonework exposed there.
Chef's kiss.
But hang on a second, way in the distance down this hallway, I've spotted a big, massive American fridge freezer. It's a bit of a trek, isn't it?
Sometimes I think if I'm gonna have a naughty snack, I might as well have to work for it. So maybe that's the thinking
Get
behind it. You want that chocolate, babe? You're gonna have to work for it. What have we here? Another sitting area, kind of play space over there, isn't it? Adult space, kids space. I love the original floor as well, like that, what is it, flagstone?
Yeah, that's a classic farmhouse flagstone floor. I'm getting sort of mixed messages from this space, like we're standing on a line between two rooms with very different personalities.
Yeah, I'm struggling with this as well. This is your main garden access, but if you're stepping over a kid's world, it could become a bit tricky.
Ooh, what is through here? Secret passage. This is adorable.
Bagsy, this room.
All the proportions in here are perfect for a child. It's all shrunken down, the little dining setup. It's a really clever way to use a space that's got compromised head height.
It's actually even shaped like a little mini house.
I love what she's done with the place. This wallpaper on the ceiling, this kid has taste.
Ooh, beautiful velvet settee there.
Gorgeous.
You know, the other rooms have been a little bit dark just by the nature of the building and its window openings, but here you're getting the best of the light with the two corner windows.
They've got the lighting right in this room with an atmospheric lamp on either side of the bed, but also a reading light so you can create different moods for different activities.
Yeah, it is. It's gorgeous. It's light and bright. I think people are coming around to maybe doing less in their bedroom, especially in a home like this where it's been really decorated and it's quite dark downstairs. To have this retreat up here is just a really lovely breath of fresh air.
But what will the judges score 1840s farmhouse?
So I really enjoyed exploring and making sense of this impressive family home. The highlights for me were the study, which had a really strong personality, and the uniquely, fantastically styled kids' bedrooms. However, for me, it's the interplay between social spaces that really makes a home functionally livable. So we had bedrooms adjoining bedrooms, we had the fridge in a lounging space, and the playroom at one of the key access points to the garden. And I found that made the flow a bit confusing. I'm going to give this home a 7.
What a gorgeous sandstone farmhouse. It's whimsical, it's playful. I love that they've had fun with a lot of their decoration, and it's a place where the kids' imagination can run wild and the homeowner's imagination has run wild. They've gone to town in some of the rooms, and some of the other rooms maybe haven't had that supersized treatment, so they really kind of stand out. So I just want this homeowner to just go for it, lean into that, and just go wild. I'm going to give this home a 9.
I'm always overjoyed when I see homeowners experimenting with ideas and having fun with their homes. A really large house like this can be quite difficult to get to grips with. The homeowner has been really successful in many of the rooms.
Now that the judges have seen all 3 homes, the final scores can be revealed. First, it was Casa Barra near Inverurie,
which Danny gave a 9. I gave it a 10. Banjo, how did you feel?
Well, it's a modern day castle, isn't it? It was packed full of personality, the homeowner's history, and it was just a fun family home. I gave it a 9.
Ooh.
Good score.
So that gives Casa Barra 28.
Solid start.
Next up, Quiney Cottage in Banchory.
I gave it a 10. Banjo, you gave it a 10 as well. Danny.
Well, I felt we really stepped into the mind of a creative genius here. It was spatially perfect, visually explosive. I gave this pocket rocket a 10.
Yeah!
Wow! Okay, so Quiney Cottage gets 30. Wow.
It was a beautiful place.
Something special.
And finally, 1840s farmhouse in South Aberdeenshire.
Banjo gave it a 9. And Danny, you gave it a 7. I thought it was a really eclectic and adventurous home with lots of really, really successful spaces. But I felt like the adventure is still ongoing, so I gave it an 8, which gives the 1840s farmhouse 24.
Still a beautiful home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that does mean that our finalist for the Northeast is the Quiney Cottage.
Yay! Great finalist.
So cute.
Small but mighty.
Indeed.
Quiney Cottage wins in the Northeast and the Northern Isles and is one step closer to being Scotland's Home of the Year. Next time,
It's wild.
the judges are in the West
Now we're talking.
as the search continues for Scotland's Home of the Year.